because I think you already know what happens when I have a remainder. I bring it over, I trade it for 10 or whatever, okay? So that's why I dropped the 0. Here's what does matter. What do I need to write down to get this set up and ready to go?
The multiples of 2.
The multiples of 2. In fact, I'm going to start with 0. Now, you can probably stop at 10. Anybody know why you can probably stop at 10?
So it's not going to be a high.
No? Good try.
2 times 5.
If I drop a 0 down, if I write a 0 and drop it down, my number's going to end in a 0, right?
Yeah.
There are no other multiples of 2 that end with a 0, except for 0. So I'm guessing that I'm going to just need the 10, okay? What else do I need to be successful on this problem?
Does McDonald's sell cheese?
Right. Okay, so let's get those on there. We're going to work through about 5 problems or 4 problems, and then I'm going to have you work with your table group or your partner. Okay? All right, so Eileen. Which number to the side is closest to 0 without going over? So we're going to do 0 divided by 2 equals 0. And where do I write that 0? Above the 0. Okay, now, I want you to listen to those 2 questions I just asked you. I asked you, what number to the side is closest to 0, right? And I said, where do I write that 0? Remember these questions because you can ask them to yourself as you're going through the problems. Okay, so now I'm ready to do what, boys and girls? 0 times 2 equals, and that leaves me with a 5. Now, the main reason I went ahead and wrote this 0 is because of the decimal in between. It's just kind of confusing, okay? So now I've got a 5. Which number is closest to a 5, Lila? 4. So what am I dividing by? Okay, 4 divided by 2 equals, where do I write the 2? Above the 5. Adam, what do I do now? Okay, why am I writing a 4? Because I'm multiplying what 2 numbers? 2 times 2. Good. After I multiply, kids, what do I do? Subtract. Okay, so I know I don't want a remainder if I have a decimal quotient. So what do we learn? Put a 0 on the end and drop it down. Now, was my prediction of 10 correct? I won't always get it correct, but this time it was. So I'm going to do 10 divided by what, Sergio? What am I dividing by? 10 divided by what? I can't hear you. What's the divisor? 2. Good. Equals 5. Where do I write the 5? Above the 0. Good. Aziel, what do I do now? And what do you get? And is this problem done? Yes. So I have 25 hundredths. That makes sense. Because this could be 50 hundredths, right? What's half of 50?
25.
25. Whenever I divide by 2, I'm just finding half. Did you already know that? Okay, let's go down and do the next one. Again, you can cross off the place value chart, but nicely, don't scribble. What will I skip count by this time? Should I stop at 20? It's a good guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because it ends with a 0, I think I'll give it a try. I'm going to move this over a little bit, hopefully. Okay. I also need, does McDonald's serve cheeseburgers? You don't have to rewrite this though, do you? Because it's on the top. Yeah, it's on the top of your paper already. Okay. When you put that decimal on top of the division sign, would you please make it big enough so my really bad vision can see it? Thank you. Okay. Ryder, I pulled your stick. Which number over to the side is closest to 5?
4.
Okay. What am I dividing by?
4.
And the answer here? 1. Where do I write the 1, Ryder?
Above the 5.
Above the 5. And are any of you still putting this little multiplication sign to help you?
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, Lillian, what do I do next? Okay. We good? Okay, what do I do after I subtract, Jesus? Check. Is 1 less than 4? Bring down your 7. And it looks like there's going to be a little space in between, doesn't it? Okay. So now, Cody, what question do I ask myself? I'm ready to divide. What number's closest to 17 without going over? And he said it's 16, right? Okay, so 16 divided by 4 equals, where do I write the 4? Above the 7. Okay, what do I do now, Alan? Multiply what 2 numbers? And that is good. And then I subtract. Uh-oh, I don't know. Don't know what's going to happen here. Caitlin, what do I do after I subtract?
You check to make sure that the 1 is smaller than the 4.
And is it okay to write remainder 1 on this problem?
No.
No, why not?
Because it's a decimal answer.
Because it's a decimal quotient or decimal answer, okay? So, Caitlin, what do I need to do now?
You need to write a 0 and bring it down to make it 10.
Good. Morgan, what question do I ask myself now?
What number is closest to 10 and it's 8?
Okay, 8 divided by 4 equals what?
2. Divide it directly above 0.
Oh my goodness, I love this vocabulary in here, Mrs. Lowry.
Yes.
Okay, so now for Nanda, what comes after divide? Okay, so how did you get an 8? She multiplied the 4 and the 2 to get an 8. And then we subtracted. Are you with me? Okay, so Jaden, what do I do now?
Check to make sure the 2 is smaller than the 4.
Okay, is the 2 smaller than the 4? Do I need to bring down another 0?
Yes.
Yes.
I think you had another good guess.
I had another good guess. Well, actually, it wasn't a guess. I just did this with block 1, remember? What am I dividing by, boys and girls?
4.
4. 20 divided by 4 equals?
5.
5 times 4 equals 20. And another perfect problem.
Let's go.
Okay, my answer here is what?
1 and 425,000.
Okay, I want to look at the next page. We're going to do one of those together for sure. It's B. We're going to do B together. And probably C. And that's it. Okay? And then you'll work with your partner on the rest. Or if you have a group of 3, it's going to have to be a table group. All right? So let's go ahead and write B down. So 9.1 divided by 5. Okay, so Jaylee, help me out here. What do I ask myself?
You ask yourself which one is closest to 9.
And the answer is
5.
5. What's 5 divided by 5?
1.
Jaylee, where do I write the 1? Okay. Isaac, what do I do now?
Multiply.
What two numbers?
5 and 1.
And 9 minus 5 is what, boys and girls?
4.
What do I do now? Check. What do I check?
4 is lower than 5.
Is it?
Yes.
So I bring down a 1. Okay. Jaden, what question do I ask myself? Looking at my multiples of 5, what do I ask myself?
9 times is 5.
Which number is closest to 41?
40.
40. So what am I dividing by?
8.
5.
5.
What's my answer to 40 divided by 5?
8.
Jaden, where do I write the 8?
Roger.
The 1. Good. Okay. What do I do now, Jesus?
Multiply.
What two numbers?
8 and 5.
What do you get?
1.
40, right? He's already subtracted, so that's why he said 1. Now, I'm writing a little big so you guys can see it out there. But if it just so happens that you can't fit your problem in a box, can you write the next problem somewhere else on the paper?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Okay, so after I subtract Adam, what do I need to do?
Bring in 0.
Well, not yet. What do I have to do before?
Check.
Check. Okay, what do I check?
If the 1 is lower than this, it's 5.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so he says bring down a 0. So that we can have a decimal quotient without a remainder. Okay, Sergio, what do I ask myself now? Which number to the side? Which number to the side is closest to 10? 10. What am I dividing by? What's 10 divided by 5? Where do I write the 2? Directly above the 0. Okay? What comes next, Morgan? And then I subtract and get 0. So that problem's done. Okay? Are you with me? We're going to do one more together, and I'm going to have to erase some things because they're in the way. So we're going to do C together because I want to remind you, which number goes in the doghouse?
9.
The first one. So it's 9 divided by 6. And I'm pretty sure that does not go in evenly. So I'm going to go ahead and make my doghouse a little bigger. What should I skip count by?
6.
Oh, it's my happy song. Anybody want to sing it with me? 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. Go ahead and stop there. I bet we get to stop at 30, but I don't know for sure. Why am I guessing 30?
Because it has a 0.
It ends with a 0. And if I drop a 0, my number's going to end in a 0.
And plus you already did it with block 1.
True. Okay, so the only other thing I'm thinking right now is what could I go ahead and add to this 9 since I know it's not going to divide evenly?
0.
But that would make it 90.
Put a decimal.
A decimal. So let's go ahead and put the decimal there. Okay. Jaylee, I pulled your stick. Which number to the side is closest to 9?
6.
Okay, what am I dividing by? And the answer is, where do I write the 1? Good. Okay. What do I do next, Ryder?
So we just, you see, you might.
Hold on. We just divided, so now what do I?
You multiply the 6 and the 1.
Good. And class, what do I get when I subtract?
3.
Oh, this is an easy problem.
Yes.
Okay, so my question I ask myself now, Cody, is what? What do I ask myself? Is the,
Is the 3 less than 6?
is it? So I need to bring down the next number. What's the next number I bring down? A 0. Okay. Azia, what question do I ask myself now?
What's the closest number to 30?
And which one is it?
30.
What am I dividing by?
6.
And my answer is, where do I write the 5, Azia?
On top of the 0.
Very good. Okay. Caitlin, what do I do now?
So now you look to see you multiply and then you subtract.
And am I done with this problem?
Yes.
And I can't write it up at the top because I have already written up there. Okay, so here's what I want you to do, okay? Remember, when you work with a partner or a group in this classroom, you do the problem yourself, then you check it with your partner, okay? Part of working in a group is having patience, okay? So be kind. Don't try and rush the people that are taking longer than you. And what else was I going to say? Oh, if you get done with these 4 problems, go ahead and you can work on the word problems together, okay? But don't work on these 4 together. Just check with each other. Okay.
Yes.
What will I require you to use? The multiples of 4. I'm going to give it a try and stop at 20. And down at the bottom, what do I also need the multiples of? 5. Okay. What else do you need on your paper? Does McDonald's serve cheeseburgers? Okay, now let's take a look at the bottom real quick. Which number goes in the doghouse? 9.8. So what multiples will you write over here? And I have no idea which number to stop at. I actually do not know the answer. Okay, so give it your best shot here. No help. Let's see what we can do without the teacher's help. Now, if you get stuck, I will tell you what question to ask yourself. Does that sound fair enough?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so good luck. Bring it to me when you